Nigerian court says that atheist activist Mubarak Bala must be released. In Nigeria, a Nigerian judge at the High Court of Abuja recently ruled on December 21st that Mubarak Bala, the atheist activist and president of the Humanist Association of Nigeria, is to be immediately released from custody in Kano State, where he has been held since April 2020. The judge declared that Bala's continuous incarceration was illegal and ordered his immediate release. This followed from a fundamental rights petition that detailed how Bala had been detained without charge for more than 7 months, 5 months of which he was actively denied access to legal representatives, which is illegal according to the Nigerian constitution. Mubarak Bala was originally arrested on April 28th in connection with a Facebook post that allegedly blasphemed against the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay. That is good news, but it's sad that this is our good news, that somebody that just got into prison for just posting a Facebook, for just having a Facebook post that allegedly was against Prophet Muhammad, had to go through so much, and you had to, like, this is the good news that we get. Like, the fact that this is even news is a tragedy, right? The fact that this is what we have to go through for oh my God. But also another thing that is, let me actually be pessimistic. You know how many, like the first news, the couple of, you see the hundreds of comments that we got, and all the engagements, hundreds of engagements, hundreds of comments. Like when you post this one, right? 18 comments and 2 shares, 0 comments, right? Do you see the first ones that we posted?
Yeah, when it was just about some pastor crying.
Yeah, look at, hold on.
Which is literally so inconsequential.
Yeah, look at this. Okay, so this is what,
this is this is amongst, I think, what in the top 10 most populous countries in the world. I could be wrong. Right. This speaks to the dissolution of secularism in an African nation.
Look at this. This one, 2,000 reactions, 338 comments, and 112 shares. This one, this is when we feed you the vegetables, right? Guys, and look at this. This doesn't help us in any way, right? Like this is hurting our page because it brings down the engagement on the entire page. But the reason why we want to have high engagement on our page is so that we could eventually use the high engagement to feed you the vegetables that you don't want to eat, right? We give you the candy to get engagement, and then we post this even though there's very little demand for it, even though it doesn't, like, it basically destroys the engagement on the entire, because every post that you have on your Facebook page, if it has low engagement, then Facebook recognizes your entire page as low engaging content posting page, right? But we have to post this because what's the point of having high engagement if we can't bring you stuff like this? But you guys are not reacting to it because you don't, guys, so a lot of you don't give a crap.
You don't like broccoli?
No, I love my vegetables. I just know most people are not like that, right? Yeah, but actually Darko has a good point. Isn't the judge, is there any no, right? This is not Pakistan, so I don't think they need some, I don't think you need as much. Do you, like, Susanna, you know? Do you need balls of steels?
I think it depends heavily on the area of Nigeria. So obviously there are areas of Nigeria where you have to deal with, Islamist insurgencies like Boko Haram, One thing that ARN said that, I can't find the comment. I'm worried that Islamists will try to kill Bala. So this actually is a concern of mine. So I don't know as much about the threat to the judge. I do worry about Bala's security once he is released. So
it is a threat, but not Pakistan level threat.
I would agree with that assessment. Here's the deal. So he was moved to Kano State, which is a state which basically has at least two legal systems where if you are from a Muslim background, you can be tried in Sharia courts. He was originally in a different state. I cannot remember the name of that state off the top of my head, but he was in a southern state. And then once the police came after him and he was held incommunicado, they moved him to Kano where he could be tried under Sharia law. This is a particular concern because Mubarak Bala is an ex-Muslim. And they basically, if you're from that background, you can be tried in those courts. So I would hope as soon as he is released, he goes to a more southern state, which is more Christian, and hopefully the threat to his safety will be a lot less. Because when he was first arrested, there were policemen in Nigeria and state authorities who were openly saying on social media that if the state didn't do anything about it, they would take him out himself. Okay, so there are law enforcement officials threatening his safety themselves. So I think securing his safety going forward once he is released is imperative. Rivka?
So this actually kind of circles back around to some of the discussion we were having about the resolution on blasphemy and apostasy, and like, why is it important, or why should we care if we're, it's not our country, or it's not going to have an effect. I think that it does, because in countries where you have blasphemy laws, you have extrajudicial violence, because people feel empowered to take this into their own hands so that they can decide for themselves, well, I perceived it as blasphemy, or the scripture said, or they feel empowered through their dogmatic beliefs to engage in mob violence or extrajudicial violence. And that extrajudicial violence spills over into how safe that country would be, say, for business, for travelers from another country, for engagement on a world scale, for partnering with them. All these things play a role, and that's why it is important to be concerned about blasphemy, apostasy, heresy laws in other countries, even beyond caring about people and human rights and humanity and humanism. As I keep bringing back, these have utilitarian reasons as well. Because if you have a situation that encourages sort of a mob mentality and a laissez-faire or de facto set of justice principles, being that, it's okay for people to kill other people who have, blasphemed or who have, left the religion, or, something like that, then that type of mindset's going to spill out into everything. So you're going to have a unsecure situation for commerce, for engagement, for travel, for all kinds of pursuits, which another country or a citizen might find helpful. And it also makes me angry, because I feel like personally, on a personal level, this kind of stuff prevents me from being able to engage with people all over the world in a way that meaningful way. And that in and of itself is a selfish concern, but I want to be able to do that, and it's preventing me from doing it.
All right, guys, we already went over 2 hours, so let's just cut it here. But this was good. Thank you, Susanna, for Rivka, thank you for your awesome comments as usual. And Susanna, thank you for collecting the news and summarizing it and making sure that we end on a good note. That's very nice of you. And thank you for always being so on top of all this human rights stuff and looking, like, constantly checking to see what the update is. You are so passionate about this, and it's good. This is what we need in AR a lot. And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy. Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free, it's not even promotion, it's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like, I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.